Welcome back to the White House. I'm honored to welcome Prime Minister Lee to the White House today. And I'm proud, and I mean this sincerely, I'm really proud of the partnership that between Singapore and the United States. It's as close and as strong as it's ever been. And together we're working to uphold a rules-based order, international order, supporting the founding principles of the United Nations and advance a future for the Indo-Pacific that is both free and open. As we look toward the future, Prime Minister Lee and I share a commitment to ASEAN and its centrality in all of what we do. And I'm looking forward to hosting the ASEAN leaders here in Washington, D.C. for a special summit this spring. We also discussed a wide range of concerns for peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific. That includes ensuring that all nations in the region, including China, uphold the principles that enable a free and open region. Singapore and the United States are both committed to freedom of navigation, as well as unimpeded flow of maritime commerce in the South China Sea. We shared our concerns about the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and their destabilizing ballistic missile launches, and which are clearly in violation of multiple UN Council resolutions, Security Council resolutions. And we both urged North Korea to refrain from further provocations and return to the negotiation table for serious and sustained diplomacy. We're deeply concerned, both of us, by the continuing suffering and violence in Burma following last year's military coup. The coup that caused humanitarian crisis and reversed a decade of democratic and economic progress for the people of Burma. Singapore and the United States agree that the military regime must urgently implement the ASEAN 5-point consensus and return Burma to its path to democratic transition. We also discussed the war in Ukraine. Last week in Europe, the world saw the strong unified response and resolve among the NATO alliance, the G7, and the European Union to answer Putin's brutal and unjustified assault on Ukraine. Today, with the Prime Minister's visit and Singapore's strong leadership on this issue, it's clear that Putin's war is unacceptable to nations in every region of the world, not just Europe, but in every region of the world. It's an attack on the core international principles that underpin peace and security and prosperity everywhere, including in the Indo-Pacific. Today, Singapore and the United States are united and sending the message to all nations, regardless of their size or population. They are equal in their rights on the global stage. They have a right to sovereignty and territorial integrity and to determine their own future, free from violence and intimidation. Mr. Prime Minister, our nations cooperate closely on security and counterterrorism. We have for some time. And we have deep commercial and economic ties. We've also developed deep personal ties as well, I must acknowledge. And we're going to continue to deepen our partnership and seize the opportunities to meet the challenges of the moment and to meet them together. Fighting COVID-19, making sure we're prepared for the next pandemic, increasing our climate ambitions and working to decarbonize the shipping sector, cooperating in everything from cybersecurity to space exploration, promoting a broad-based economic growth throughout the Indo-Pacific, including by working together to develop an Indo-Pacific economic framework that will drive enduring prosperity across the region. So, we have a large agenda, Mr. Prime Minister, an important agenda, a shared vision that we are jointly pursuing. A free and open Indo-Pacific, an Indo-Pacific that is connected, prosperous, and more secure and more resilient. And the U.S.-Singapore partnership is essential, I believe, to realize that future. So thank you again, Prime Minister Lee. I always appreciate consulting with you, and as I told you, both you and Singapore punch way above your weight, way above your weight. And I value the time we spend together and look forward to many more meetings. The floor is yours.